Hey everyone, Ian here with Immigration Finder. Want to record a quick video setting up a new G Suite account for user and wanted to record this. So this is just a few quick tips on how to set up your a new G Suite or new Gmail account when when you're starting out. So first things you want to do, a few things about the account itself is these are what's called labels over here, or filters. There's all sorts of different things. Different things you can do in this section, and I'll show you this in a little bit, is you can actually hop in, just head into your settings, and they'll prompt you to set up a lot of this stuff. What I would suggest doing is set a signature, customize your email inbox. For now, we're going to go into the settings, and here, see all settings. If you want to change the theme, you can do so in here. If you want to change it to like a caterpillar setting or something, you can. And so, yeah, we'll cancel that for now. Heading into here, there's a few different things you can do as far as setting up the actual inbox. I like to do unread first, and then I scroll through all my messages. That makes it so there's an unread inbox, then an everything else inbox, and then yeah, I go through and then deal with all my emails every day. I don't have any unopened emails in my main inbox. So if you want to make multiple inboxes, you can. But for example, a priority inbox, you can make important ones. If you want to have multiple inboxes, like maybe one for clients, one for prospects, or maybe one for email lists and one for everything else, that's definitely an option. I like unread first, but there definitely are a few things. So for example, you can have this set up to where the reading pane, as in where you read stuff, can be set up in different places. So it's as far as those things go, that's that. There are a few different things with the view. Default is this. You can cause comfortable, which that's not what I meant to do. As far as setting that up, you can make it default, or let's see where this is. So comfortable, compact. You see it makes it very small. Comfortable is a bit bigger, and default is just the default size. And you don't notice much of a difference between comfortable and default unless you have more emails. So, but default actually will show you different things. So we're going to head in. We're going to go into see all settings. So a few things you can do is you can set the maximum page size. I always set it at 100 people. Undo send, if for whatever reason you send an email and want to undo it, you can give yourself a certain amount of seconds to go. So for example, we'll change that to 30. The default reply behavior is pretty much when you actually have an email, you can head into here, but then this can be reply towards replying to the one person. But then if you have an email thread, you can reply to multiples of them. So we'll head back to the settings, CL settings. So let's change it back to what we changed it to before because we didn't save it. 30 seconds. I like having reply all personally because I usually like to reply to all of them. So for example, there's like all these things about send and archive. The default text style, those are things you can change. As far as actually setting this up goes, you can have Smart Compose on. I really like this because it'll kind of guess what sentences you're looking to do. Autocorrect is good if you're not if you're looking to misspell things. I like having nudges on. That's pretty much just a reminder after a few days if you should respond to something. But this is kind of all this. Desktop notifications. As far as a few other things go, this is where you set up your email signature. So what you would do is you'd name your signature. Just in signature, you click create, and then you would just stick it in here. But for example, you can have multiple signatures. If you want to have like a send from address with your info, you can. You can stick images in here. You can hyperlink things. So it's really solid stuff. So for new emails, and this is where you have to pick which signature you want to use. So when you reply, you can choose if you want to have the signature on there, like in the email thread, or you can have it off. Just kind of depends. And this, you just have to pick which one you're going to use. Snippets, for example, are it's just actually showing like what's in the links and everything. And if you want to set a vacation responder, this is how you do it. So a vacation responder, what that actually is when you receive an email, it sends an email automatically back to certain people. But for example, like if you're out of town or if you just have a customer service email, really good to set that up. It's like, hey, we'll get back to you soon. Feel free to call our office, book a call here, view our videos on YouTube if you have any questions. So we're gonna leave that off so you don't need it. And most important thing, we need to click save right here. So heading into that, so we've added that. I'm not going to activate Mail Tracker on this, even though it's a good app. So we're going to head back into settings. So here's what we're going to do. Now we're going to talk about our labels. So what our labels are things that are in this left column. But we can actually add labels in here. Then another thing I'm going to talk about later is filters. So you can get filters set up. For example, if you have messages from clients, you can filter them. If you have email lists you're subscribed to that you don't necessarily want in your main inbox, you can actually just cut those off. So those these are the default categories and everything. But if you want to create a label, you can just create a label. For example, if it was clients, and then you can add the label under a different one. But for example, if you had the client's label, you could make each client a different one. That way you have all your clients' emails in one. Or if if you're like a customer, like if you're like an IT company, for example, there might be a few other third-party providers that you work with and need to do that. So we'll click create, and then we notice this client's label is there. Now, for example, let me head back into here. So when we're in labels and everything, we would want to set another one. Well, what we can do in this case is create new label. But for example, if we wanted to do client one, we can nest the label under clients, create it, and then under here, there's different labels in there. So that way you don't have tons of them. Really, really good thing to do for have like, high paying clients, prospects, hot leads, different things like that. And you can also label it by a category of customer too. Like if you have an immigration firm, what I teach my clients on is, hey, have a business, family, employment, deportation, asylum, whatever it happens to be, and then categorize your email in there. So that way when you're going through, you can be like, okay, I need to check my business ones, or maybe if there's an update about certain ones, you can go in there and then you can know who to respond to. So this is the inbox. So the unread and everything, this is what we talked about first. The options in here are different ones. You can make multiple inboxes. I just like doing unread first. I like to show up to 50 items, so that way we show as many in there as possible. So pretty much you can enable reading pane right here. The other thing too is just filtered mail, which we'll talk about in just a second. Overall, we're going to go in and head into accounts. So didn't mean to do that, but as you can see, there's the unread and then the everything else in here. So hopping into here, CL settings. We're going to go into accounts. Now this is, I'm going to make a different video on this, but this is where you make a send from address to where, for example, if you want to do that, or if you want to forward your mail to like a personal email account, that's something you can definitely do, add additional storage. And so you can add in and edit your Google account settings in right here, but that's not really what this video is about. So these are filters, which is something I really want to show. But for example, create new filter, you can actually create it where if an email is from a certain company, like say you're buying leads from a certain place, like LegalZoom, it's and this is I don't know if it's an actual email from LegalZoom. Subject has the words like new lead, for example. What you can do is you can just create filter, so that way all of your leads from LegalZoom are in one place, and then you can stick them under, you can make like a label called leads, like we just talked about. Or yeah, I gotta head back into here. But different things you can get set up, for example, are create a filter. So you can just make it like this. Then has the words, new lead, like in the subject line. So different things like that, or maybe there's a good chance it's the same subject line if you're buying leads from companies like For Legal Leads, or LegalZoom, a lot of these or another lawyer, they might have the same one coming in. So pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to go search, and then it's not showing up with anything because how you have to actually filter the messages is like this. So for example, if I wanted to create the filter from the Gmail team, I could just go into this email, click this button. Where is it? Filter messages like this. And then pretty much you would just do that, create filter. You would head into here. You can actually do things like skip the inbox if it's like an email list or something. You can apply a label. So for example, if you wanted to put that into that clients folder or client one, you can delete it immediately. You can forward it off. Like if email from like an important client comes in, if you want to make sure and forward it off to your assistant or another email, that's a good way to do it. And then you can also apply the filter to multiple ones and apply a category to it as well. But there's a few things too, like obviously you never want leads from a certain email list to go to junk if it's something you're paying for, but you can just create this filter. Oh, and pick here, it's primary. So here we go. Then now under here we have this Gmail app here, but then it really clears up your inbox and then makes a point to show that it's only show the important things. But then also, like when you're going through, it's very systematic. You're like, okay, I got 8 emails to check that are from existing clients. I got 16 to check that are from prospects. 8 business, 3 employment, 4 family cases, probably marriage ones. It makes it really easy to parse out, and it's also really easy to train an assistant to help you with your inbox with this stuff. So we'll head back to the CL settings. A few things. So forwarding here. If you do want to set up forwarding, you can forward it off. Pretty much what you can forward by creating a filter, which I suggest. But if you want to forward all your mail to a different account, you would just add the forwarding address. Then you have to verify with the other account that they want to receive it. So it's a good thing to check out and everything. So this probably don't need to go over it, but you know, if you're into this stuff, feel free to research it. Add-ons right here. You can actually install different add-ons and everything from the Google Marketplace store. But for example, you can go in if you want to do mail merge. There's all these different tools. I looked up Mixmax. But if you want to look up, there's all these different signature tools. So there's all these different ways to get to get help with this. But for example, you can do signature. There's all these different Gmail add-ons. Google Drive. So for example, there's all these different add-ons. If you want to be able to sign PDFs, like DocHub's a really good one. But just little things like that, or if you want to install like your CRM, like if you're using Pipedrive, HubSpot, Clio, anything like that. So Chat and Meet, if you want to use chats, it's pretty much this area down here. This is a new account, so it doesn't not really showing any of it. But pretty much the chat is you can have this turned off. But you notice, for example, there's nothing on the left here. That's what that does. But if you invite people to it, you can chat with people on there. So I'm not going to turn that off, but I just wanted to show everybody it. So there we go. Save changes. So we're going to head in. We're going to go to the Gmail inbox, get everything set up. So we're going to head in, advanced. So pretty much this is a really, really good feature right here. Is, for example, auto advance. If you have a very high volume inbox, and you don't have to have a new Gmail account to set any of this up, auto advance is like when you send an email, it will automatically go to the next one. So if you're getting like a few hundred emails a day, like maybe you're just a very, very busy attorney, or this is like a support email inbox, you know, hundreds of inquiries, or even if you just want to be more time effective, you can click enable on the auto advance, then it'll move to the next one. You can also click templates too. So what a template is once you have that, save changes. You can hop into here. We're going to head in. We can actually click hi there. So we have that. You can actually make templates off of here, which is a really cool feature. But for example, you can click Save Draft as Template, Save as New Template. Then you just name this. Then whatever the name is here is generally the subject line. So click Save that. But then also if you want to compose another email, head into here. You just hop in, you click Templates, click Hi, and then here you go. That template is immediately in there from Gmail. I mean, there's a lot of other good template tools. This is a great feature that's in there. Then also from here you can add in a label, you can check spelling, you can do all sorts of different things. Down here there's a lot of different options to add things to the email. And then also if you expand out, here's how you adjust things. Like for example, if I wanted to make this bold and large, I could just make it large, make it bold, make it italic. I could do this. I could add it into like a numbered list if I want to. And that's kind of a little bit on that. So said that, so we're going to head back to settings for right now. CL settings. Go to advanced. That's a lot of what this is. So for example, a lot of these things is like the unread message icon, and like a lot of it's somewhat, I don't want to say self-explanatory, but you can figure out what it is. So pretty much, you can make custom keyboard shortcuts, like right side chat, all those different things. So that's a little bit off that. Offline, it's pretty much offline's unavailable. You have to contact the administrator, and then themes. As we discussed earlier, you can set the theme. But if you're looking for a bit more, something a bit more sleek and everything, you can click save. You can have everything in black if you want, whatever it happens to be. But this is a little bit about just how to set up your Gmail inbox. So obviously we're in there, set theme, and you can change any of this stuff at any time. It's really simple to edit, really simple to change and everything. So here we're just gonna go back to the default to get this set up. So that's a little bit about how to set up like your Gmail inbox. If you want to know anything else, feel free to let me know. There's other videos on this channel about how to systematize your Gmail inbox, other apps you can use. There's a lot of really, really good good add-ons to Gmail. If your email inbox is an issue you're having, feel free to book a call with the link below. I'd love to show you how to systematize your inbox a little more, because having a good email inbox can either make you a lot of money or cost you a lot of time. So it's really just depends on how you manage it. And there's a lot of really good tools. And also Mixmax is another amazing tool. Works really, really well, especially if you're running a law firm, for being able to reach back out to people and do all those different things. So this is Ian from Immigration Finder. If you want to know a bit more about how to scale your immigration firm, feel free to click the link below. There's going to be a few things in the description. In addition to that, you're welcome to visit our website for more blogs and these things. Anyways, I'd love to help you with this stuff. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you later.